serious. Got something for you, but keep it to yourself. I'm feeling curious, want to explore it. Nothing too serious. Forget the world for a minute. Before we know it, the future's the past. Seize the moment while we're in it. Hold on to each other as long as it lasts. I don't care about forever, 'cause sometimes forever is over so fast. Hush, hush, baby, come on. Here with me, I want for you to go. No need to worry, there is no hurry to stay. We'll take it slow.
The 2K Sports Pregame Show.
Thanks for joining us. The NBA on 2K Sports rolling right along. Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. The regular season starting to wind down. Tonight's broadcast will feature the Denver Nuggets as they go up against the Indiana Pacers. For Indiana, they're working hard to make a push up the standings as the playoffs get closer. As we speak, they're 10 games behind the conference leaders. Miles Turner in action tonight. 11th pick in the 2015 draft. Hard to believe he fell out of the top 10, given how well he's played in his young career. Just what makes him one of the top young big men in the league, Jet.
Well, he's very mobile for a player of his height. I mean, this guy's mobile, agile, and versatile. He's got all the tiles.
You know, he has a natural sizz-off tiz-utch on the shiz-out, and that's rare for a big mizan.
No diz-out.
Kevin Hizarlin
standing by. Ernest
with the call.
You speak the language. I like it.
Everyone is in their seats here at the Pepsi Center as the Nuggets look to grab a win here in downtown Denver, Colorado. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side are analysts Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. From the sideline, we'll have the Hall of Famer David Aldridge. We'll be hearing from him in just a bit. Last game for the Pacers, they pick up the W against the Clippers in Los Angeles.
And guys, they just got so many good looks in that one, and the defense never able to affect their offensive rhythm.
Well, I think the defense from the other team was simply porous. There's no other way to put it. So many openings, and they made them pay for it.
Here's the starting group for the Indiana Pacers. Collison and Oladipo pair at the 1 and the 2. Young and Turner up front, and it's Bogdanovich in at the 3.
That's all about the positioning right there. Doesn't let anybody beat him to the spot before he can get the follow-up.
Oladipo with the ball, out guarded by Barton, and the foul on Will Barton. That is his first foul of the game.
Ref's calling it close already as he picks up a quick early foul.
Young against Millsap. Knocked loose. Millsap with the steal. By himself. And Millsap slams it in.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, and he was so quick to break on that one. A good sign that he read the play.
Costly there. Just a loss of focus leads to the ball going the other way.
Well, he simply wasn't paying attention. Coughed it up. Got to be more assertive and strong with the basketball.
Here's Collison following the basket by Paul Millsap. Young outside. There's the three. Denver grabs the miss. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
And once they established that flow offensively, really never got any resistance from the D.
I think, Greg, you can't expect to win with that kind of effort. The defense was nowhere to be found, and it cost them all night long.
The Nuggets shooting their first free throw tonight.
And I think this is a strength of this team. Solid numbers at the line across the board, 77% collectively.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And the Pacers operating in a smaller market. Some cost restraints for this franchise.
Right. This is not a team that can pay the luxury tax. It's not necessarily a free agent destination either. Those are challenges, but they have remained very competitive over the years.
How on earth did they let him get that wide open?
Out of bounds, Indiana takes possession. Indiana's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Here's Bogdanovich, and again it's the Pacers from deep.
Well, no hesitation from Bogdanovich in the catch-and-shoot situation. Beautiful.
Here's Chandler. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Chandler's got his first 2 points.
Don't you just love that mindset there? Stay one step ahead of the defense the whole time. Great approach.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Millsap. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
I had a chance to catch up with Nate McMillan. We talked about keys to the game, and he thinks shot blocking has to be even more important. He said, look, we want to keep them out front as much as possible, but with our length and timing, we can protect the rim if they break us down. Kevin, he hopes that strategy will help them get their second win in this season series. Back to you.
Thanks, David. And guys, do you agree that they have to put the emphasis on their defense here early on?
I do. I think it's a great idea to play to your strengths, and defense is a strong suit for this group.
Well, it's something that they have considered their signature. The defensive end of the floor is something they bring every single game.
Nuggets have gone 5 of 7 today so far. Nice shooting to get this game underway. He gets that one.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
And Oladipo kicks to Bogdanovich. Oladipo sets the screen for Bogdanovich. Young with no one around. Again, Young missing.
Well, it's been an up and down quarter for him on the offensive end, mostly down, though. I'll tell you, that vertical ability he has puts him in select company in NBA power forwards. May not have great size, but boy, he plays bigger than it.
Here's Collison. The Nuggets getting the bucket. Here's Oladipo. Now in the scoring column with that deuce. 1 for 2 this game.
Give Oladipo credit now. He has a knack for finishing with whatever the defense throws at him.
Pacers trail by 7. Bogdanovich with it. Now Chandler defending. Bogdanovich passes to Turner. On its way from Young for 2. Again, Young missing.
And so far this quarter, he's been a little off on his game.
Yeah, scoring isn't coming naturally to him right now. Looking a little bit uncomfortable out there.
Now here's Collison. Following the miss by Paul Millsap. Oladipo misses. Collison against Millsap. And it's good. 2 points.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Collison kicks to Oladipo. Good, and the assist goes to Collison. Oladipo's got 5 now.
Well, that's just the catch-and-shoot game of Victor Oladipo. So fast on the trigger on the catch.
Pacers trail by 6. In the corner, Collison with it. The three-pointer, no good. Barton drives in. A second chance effort. And Millsap with the layup. He's got 11.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
Now here's Collison. D right on him. Young from outside. It doesn't go for him. And the Nuggets going the other way.
He's obviously still trying to find the range. No success this quarter. You wonder what it would take to get him to pass the ball.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
So timeout called here, the first for Indiana.
And one of the things about Will Barton's game that to me makes him such a force is how unpredictable he can be. He plays at times almost like a man out of control, and it really does work to his advantage as he is a difficult guy to deal with in those one-on-one situations.
We've got a moment to look at the rebounding trend over the last few months for him.
In the last few months, the rebounding has sort of taken a bit of a dive for him, and a lot of factors could be the cause, but it's a trend that coach would probably like to see him reverse.
And here are the Pacers now. It's a 10-point game. Shots good from Young. And to back up the point with Barton in his chaotic play style, he knows exactly what he's about. Famously saying, Greg, I'm so creative most of the time, I don't know what I'm going to do.
And, that might sound glib, but it is just how Barton plays. I mean, a fantastic competitor who just does what it takes to win. He gives you a little bit of everything out on the floor.
Kev, that's big-time concentration on that attempt. Young is not letting the defense alter his shot.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. That free throw good from Thaddeus Young. And the Nuggets over the past few seasons have done a great job as an organization of collecting talent.
And with that steady approach, they've been able to develop a star with Jokic. The Nuggets took a very disciplined approach to building this team, and you can see the depth they enjoy, and it all starts with the job this front office has done.
That one's not going to go. Ready by Bogdanovich. Oladipo against Barton. Screen by Young. Here's Oladipo. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Oladipo's got 7 points.
Well, he just keeps rolling right now. What a terrific quarter for him on the offensive end.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Now, here's Bogdanovich. He picked up 15 points in their last win against the Clippers in Los Angeles.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
From 15 feet away, and Paul Millsap, the bucket on the assist by Murray. 17 points for Paul Millsap. Knocked away. Millsap with the steal. It falls for basket number 9 from the field. He's taken 14 shots to get there.
I think they'll keep going to him more and more as they look to hang on to their lead. Why not with the way this guy is shooting it?
Millsap with the double team. Millsap with the steal. And now the Nuggets. Fast break. And it's slammed subbed in by Millsap.
And Millsap just feeling it. Doesn't take much to get him going.
Pacers trail by 9. Collison kicks to Young. Fires the 3. And it's Jokic with the rebound. Young's got 3 of his 9 shots to fall. From the baseline. Misses off the right iron. And so here is Indiana. In the corner, Collison with it. Here's Oladipo. That's good, and it's his 4th basket of the game. He's a strong 4 for 6.
Boy, how creative is Oladipo in the paint. Understands how to use his frame to score on the interior.
Millsap misses.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Oladipo misses.
Boy, that's high-impact defense in the lane, standing tall to deny the easy bucket.
And how's that for a solo performance?
Well, you couldn't do it any better than that, Greg. Textbook execution on the break.
Collison kicks to Turner. Pass to Oladipo. On its way from Young for 2. Yes, it's good. Good for basket number 4. He's now 4 for 10.
Dominating this quarter. He's been absolutely fantastic shooting the ball, and they still trail.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. And now Millsap pushing it up. No one. Oh!
That athlete.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Methodical in their approach. They have absolutely owned this first quarter.
And it's early, but obviously you've got to like the dominance down low. They're simply bullying the other team right now.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over. Last time they met was in Indiana.
And they got the better of this matchup last time with their defensive pressure and the ability to force turnovers.
Yeah, I thought the giveaways were a tremendous factor. They were taking some chances on D, jumping in the passing lanes, that sort of thing, and it really paid off for them.
Big group substitution here for Denver. Plumlee is checked in for Jokic. Lyle comes in for Paul Millsap. Beasley's checked in for Will Barton. And Harris subbed in for Murray. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Booker, he's checked in for Young. Lance Stevenson comes in for Bogdanovich. Glenn Robinson, the third, is checked in for Oladipo. And it's Joseph in for Darren Collison. Beasley comes with the double team. Pass to Joseph, fires the 3. With more floor spacing becoming so important, we now see guys launching from well beyond the arc. Doris, from what you've observed, and you've seen a lot of basketball over your years, which shooters in the league right now have the best deep range night to night in the league?
Well, we've seen Steph Curry make a shot from the tunnel in the Oracle Arena, so I'd say we have to begin with... Literally from the tunnel in his pregame routine. Steph Curry obviously is the guy who, as soon as he steps across half court, you've got to check him or he might let loose. Klay Thompson, his ability to rise and fire, he might be more of a fireball in a short span than any player in the league. Kyle Korver, Damian Lillard, think Damian Lillard out in Portland, the extraordinary job he does scoring the basketball with great productivity from beyond the arc.
That's good from Chandler on the assist from Plumlee. Chandler's got 6.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
The drive by Booker. No good, unable to end this run.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game. And guys, they've come out and established a rhythm. And also their play calling has been on point.
Yeah, I think that's exactly how they've built this lead. They played as one, shared the basketball, running their offense to perfection.
Stevenson can't hit. The Nuggets leading by 17. Beasley inside, guarded by Robinson. And that one is good by Beasley.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Joseph dishes to Stevenson. Here's Booker. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And one of those lunch pail players. You love him, Greg. Trevor Booker out of Clemson.
Just hard-nosed, gets on the glass, and although only 6'8", he gets off his feet quickly. A terrific leaper and just one of those ultra-competitive guys.
2.
That free throw, no good.
Well, I think you have to like the skill set of Trevor Booker. This is a guy who knows his role well and plays within himself. He's shown himself to be a capable big guy.
And the second free throw, good. Denver leading by 18. Harris inside. He's covered by Joseph. Harris misses. 1:11 left to play in the first quarter. Robinson kicks to Booker. Nobody near Stevenson. Indiana again missing. Here's Denver now. And it's Harris off the drive. Tries again. And the bucket is good from Plumlee down low.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Harris against Joseph. In the corner, it's Robinson. They get it back. To the inside. Here's Turner, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
That's how it's done, gentlemen. You don't pass to a player, you pass to a spot. Let your teammate run into it.
I don't know if you can do it any better on both ends than they have tonight.
I don't think you can ask for anything more, Greg. What a wonderful job establishing a lead early in this one.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Plumlee with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Plumlee's got it. And it's slammed in by Plumlee.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
And that one drops.
The defense getting a little lazy there. You can't give him those shots. He'll make you pay every time.
Chandler's shot, good.
The offense is running well, but more importantly, they're taking the shots they know they can make.
Well, they haven't had to force anything. They're simply moving the ball and working for the best available shot.
Paul Millsap has been leading the charge for the Denver Nuggets. He caused a lot of headaches with his defense that quarter, coming up with steals again and again. We come back right after this. Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And guys, we've seen the Nuggets really take control here.
They're just not sitting back. They are going for steals, and their activity has been terrific.
It has, Greg, no doubt. Love that they've gotten after it on the defensive end. Just continue to put pressure on.
The Pacers shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. And so in the game for the Pacers. We've got Miles Turner. Robinson is out there with Corey Joseph. Then there's Trevor Booker. And it's Stevenson in at the small forward position. Robinson against Beasley. Here's Turner. That one doesn't drop. Plumlee with some nice D. Baseline try. And it's Beasley again missing. And the Pacers with possession here. And Robinson wide open. He shoots. Second chance shot. Chandler with the block. And now the Nuggets. Fast break. Here's Beasley. Drains it from 17 feet out. Beasley's got the opening field goal of the second quarter for the Nuggets.
And great hustle to turn that block shot into a fast break opportunity. Big time play on both ends. He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but the D still has to keep an eye on him.
And they pick up 2. And that's 12 points for Wilson Chandler.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
And Indiana opting to trade Paul George this summer. Doris, never easy to let a superstar go.
No, it isn't, Kevin, but with Paul George looking to contend for a title and increasingly voicing his dissatisfaction, it was probably the right choice because you don't want to lose him next summer and get nothing in return.
Stevenson with it. Now Chandler defending. Robinson for 3. That's good, and it's Stevenson with the assist. Robinson's got a pair of triples in the second now for Indiana. Here's Lyles, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
I'll tell you, he gets into terrific post position. The entry feed is right where it needs to be.
And Joseph kicks to Booker. Robinson for 3. And it's Robinson again missing.
And you know what? He's just not on his game. No doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Doris, you were born in New York, became the first female analyst to ever call a Knicks game. Talk about the emotions that night, having traveled that incredible journey.
You know, Kev, it was both magical and nerve-wracking. You know, I grew up a Knicks fan when there was a healthy Bernard King, and the league had absolutely nothing for him when he was doing work on the low post. Hubie Brown was an idol of mine, but it was also nerve-wracking to be the first woman to sit in Clyde Frazier's seat.
Take a break.
It was sort of awe-inspiring and a ton of fun.
And he knocks down the first one. And Beasley drops both of them. Indiana's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. Robinson for 3. In it goes. That's his third bucket. He's missed 5 so far.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the result.
And the basket by Harris.
Yeah, that's just straightforward basketball from Harris. Driving to the hoop with purpose and not letting anyone, or anything for that matter, slow him down.
Tipped away. And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. A post-All-Star break look now at how the breakdown between three-pointers and other shots have been for the Nuggets.
And clearly they haven't been shy about launching it from long range. That's the way the league has been going, and they are certainly embracing that trend.
Timeout called the Pacers.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the lane against them right now.
But, Greg, no resistance, right? They're allowing them to get any kind of shot they want close. That simply can't happen.
Now that we have a moment, let's see who have been the top assist teams in the league this season. Number 5, the Nuggets.
And you know, when your team has a lot of assists, it's testimony to the unselfishness, the patience, the ball movement, the player movement. They have shown all of that.
Outside Robinson. Shot clock at 6. Pulls up on the elbow. They get it back. And Joseph kicks to Robinson. There's a screen by Robinson. That's tipped. Out to the wing. Booker with the screen for Joseph. Right side Robinson from deep. And Indiana, another 3.
And really the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Pacers trail by 20. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Harris on the double team. Here's Turner. Plumlee with the rebound. Plumlee's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Chandler kicks to Beasley over Robinson, and it's Beasley that time in the assist by Chandler. And that's now 10 points for Beasley.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Turner with a screen on Harris. Yes, it is. Scored that as a bucket. Number 5 on a 5 for 11 night.
You know, after not scoring a single point in the first quarter, they're still feeding him, and he's showing his appreciation.
And how about the excellent court vision, just keeping the defense off balance?
I'll tell you, Greg, his passing has been absolutely outstanding. He is threading the needle right now.
Shot by Joseph, no good. Denver leading by 22. Here's Beasley. Here's Plumlee, and there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. Plumlee's got 8.
And you just hate to give up those second chance points.
Boy, you better be more physical on the glass because they wanted that rebound more than them, plain and simple.
Robinson passes to Stevenson. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson.
Boy, nice approach, working it in low that time. Caused some problems for the defense, keeping them off balance enough just to get the bucket.
And the foul on Glenn Robinson. That's his first foul.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
A different look for Denver. Barton comes in for Wilson Chandler. And it's Jamal Murray in for Malik Beasley. Young's checked in for Indiana. Here's Plumlee, and he uses the glass on the layup. 10 points for him.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
There's a screen by Robinson, doubled by Murray, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Devin Harris. That's his first foul. Jokic has checked in for the Nuggets. Millsap comes in for Trey Lyles. Indiana also making some changes. Bogdanovich is checked in for Lance Stevenson. Victor Oladipo comes in for Glenn Robinson III. And it's Collison in for Joseph. Collison, no good.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Well, you think back to Nate McMillan's history, right? An assistant coach with the Pacers for 3 years. They made the unexpected decision to look for a new head coach, and in 2016, they promoted him to that role.
And here they come. Here's Millsap, and it's slammed in by Millsap.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Well, that's how you attack in transition. Remarkable effort, getting as high percentage a look as you can really get.
Indiana moving the ball around. And the ball travels out of his hands. It was last touched by Jokic. And for the Pacers, looking down the bench to McMillan was the easy choice. Do you think it was the right one, though, Doris?
Well, they wanted to change the culture, and part of that was getting a little bit more hard-nosed. Now, McMillan, he's old-school defensive-minded, and with his deal running through 2019, like all NBA coaches, he's going to be judged on wins and losses.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Millsap, and Millsap slams it in.
Way to attack there off the dribble. Millsap showing great instincts in getting to the rack.
Indiana's gone an even 50% from three-point range in the second quarter, 4 for 8. It's Young on the wing. Not enough on that one as it misses. Here's the Nuggets now with the ball. They're on a 16-7 run. Murray dishes to Millsap. That one misses. Good defensive work there by Young. Pacers shooting 33% in the second quarter. The offense has looked crossed up and confused at times. Outside Collison. Indiana again missing.
I'll tell you, I hate to say it, but he's been dragging them down all night. The effort's there, but he continues to be ice cold.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
There's the triple. Connects from three-point range. Collison's got 6.
Well, how about the court awareness from Bogdanovic, showing off his ability to find the open man, Kev?
Barton drives in. Pacers with the rebound. Young's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Barton's gone 1 of 3 from the field here. It's stolen by Harris, and they're on the break. And Barton throws it down.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, and he was so quick to break on that one. A good sign that he read the play.
Causing turnovers really gives you an advantage.
Well, it makes things easier for sure, Greg. Their activity on the defensive end is what caused that steal.
Here's Bogdanovic, and he gets that one to go off the front iron. Bogdanovic has got his 2nd basket of the night. Denver shooting wonderfully up to this point, 67%. Good.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Collison kicks to Bogdanovic. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. And it's 8 points for Bojan Bogdanovic. Jokic with it, now guarded by Booker.
Oh!
You got to be kidding.
Oh, that's an old-fashioned rim wrapper.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now. Oladipo outside. Bogdanovic wide open. No good on the 3.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Barton, no luck.
Kicking himself on that one. That is the shot he wanted.
Well, that's usually money in the bank for that guy. Not sure how he missed that one.
There's the call on Trevor Booker. That is his 1st foul of the game.
13 foul.
And so here's Denver. Millsap with it. A 26-point game for him in the win against Milwaukee.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Harris on the double team. Young outside for 3. Rebound by the Nuggets. Jokic has got 11 rebounds in the game.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive. Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
Collison kicks to Oladipo. Young in the corner. Another miss by Young. And here are the Nuggets now.
And last season, how about the jump to true stardom that Jokic was able to make? There was a stretch where every game he just looked more and more incredible. Truly gave this team, I think, a franchise player in the blink of an eye.
Collison kicks to Oladipo. Tipped away and stolen by Barton. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. Here's Millsap. That shot off the mark. Good defensive work there by Young. Oladipo with the ball. Now guarded by Murray. And Young with the basket on the assist by Oladipo. Oladipo's got 4 assists now tonight.
And what I love about Oladipo, he does such a great job playing within the context of the offense. If you're open, he will find you.
And Bogdanovic kicks to Young. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Young's got 5 points now in the quarter.
If they think they can give him that shot and get away with it, think again, gentlemen. I don't think the defense is much of a factor there. He just botches the finish.
Oladipo, the pass to Booker. Over Jokic. No good off the back of the rim.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Took him no time at all on that one. Millsap's got 39.
Yet another bucket in close. That's how he's earning his points today.
Collison kicks to Young. No good on the triple. Denver's shooting has been just fantastic, around 65% tonight, getting exactly what they want when they want it.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Outside Collison. Here's Bogdanovich. Indiana again missing. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Millsap, and it's slammed in by Millsap.
And they're just dominating on both ends, and it's reflected now in the score.
Oh, absolutely, Greg. They're absolutely rolling in sync totally on both the offensive and defensive ends.
Wilson Chandler's checked in for Denver. In Indiana with a change here, too. Corey Joseph's checked in for Darren Collison. And so it's Indiana with it. Now Joseph, he had 10 points in the win against the Clippers. And the foul called on Paul Millsap. That is his first foul of the game. "16 seconds left to play in the first half. Young in the corner. This one for three. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Wiles kicks to Barton. Just 3 on the clock, and it's good on the way in. Barton's got 12 points now in the quarter.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
Right, really a disappointing effort on the defensive end, not offering any challenge at all at the cup.
A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. Denver on top, running away with it. From the Pepsi Center in downtown Denver, we're back in a moment.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
How about this? A major upset brewing. Welcome to the halftime show. Ernie Johnson along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. It was all Paul Millsap in the first quarter. He went on an historic scoring frenzy, tallying a ridiculous number of points, 3 assists, and 4 rebounds. Kenny, your thoughts on the Nuggets' first half?
Paul Millsap's versatility. I thought that was the difference in the first half. Kind of a self-made all-star who's added skills throughout his career. Now he can score inside and out, and he's an excellent help defender.
Shaq, your take on Indiana.
Well, first of all, as cold as they've been from the floor, I can't say I'm surprised by the score. You cannot shoot the ball that poorly and expect to be in the game, Ernie. They need better ball movement. If their offense stays this stagnant, they could forget about a comeback.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
The lights of downtown Denver shimmering in the background as we welcome you back to the Mile High City and the Pepsi Center. And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. You know, Paul Millsap has been exceptional here, guys.
And I'll tell you, his work on the blocks in that first half, really impressive.
Well, he made them pay down there. Uses his size and body well to score close to the bucket.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. The Pacers shooting poorly, just 35% so far. Down low, it's Millsap and Jokic. Murray out there with Will Barton. And it's Chandler in at the 3, the small forward. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets.
Ooh, he put a little extra on that one.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time. And that replay brought to us by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. One of the more exciting plays in basketball.
Boy, they're just giving him that shot. An easy opportunity for 3 just slips away.
Millsap, and it's slammed in by Millsap.
He's carried this team to this lead on his back, handling almost all the scoring duties.
And the Pacers with possession here. Oladipo outside. Bogdanovich with it. Now Chandler defending. And Bogdanovich kicks to Oladipo. Young for 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Young's got 19 points.
Kev, no hesitation whatsoever from Thaddeus Young. Just pulls the trigger immediately.
The shot's good from Nikola Jokic.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Millsap with the double team. Millsap with the steal. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock. Millsap's got 45 points. Indiana's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Turner with the screen. Bogdanovich.
How about the intensity of Bogdanovich? A superb dunk off the drive.
Barton dishes to Millsap over Young. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It's on Thaddeus Young.
And when you talk about just a natural basketball player, I think you got to envision a guy like Paul Millsap. He just does it all. He's got the skill level and versatility at that power forward position. And in this league today, you have to be able to impact the game the way he does.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
And he knocks down the first one. And you look at all the different things that Paul Millsap does for you on the court, Greg. Don't forget about the defensive end of the floor, too.
Yeah, great point. And an all-defense selection, one of the great big men in league history in terms of getting steals, just unbelievable hands. And you know what? He epitomizes consistency when you look at the course of his career.
Both free throws good for Millsap.
And Paul Millsap, a very versatile player, can shoot from anywhere, defend multiple positions. This guy just does it all.
Young with the ball. He's picked up by Millsap. And it's slammed in by Young.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Just great timing on that play, too, guys. Makes it impossible for the defense to react.
Collison kicks to Young. And Oladipo has it in the corner. Off target from outside.
Boy, he's so used to having a hand in his face that I think it caught him off guard to be that wide open.
Doris, so often we talk about high basketball IQ. Is that something you can learn, or do you have to be born with something like that?
I think it's probably a little bit of both, but if you look at someone like LeBron James, whose basketball IQ may be the highest we've ever seen, I think he's a guy whose basketball knowledge is always expanding. And I think if you love the game, you're constantly taking in information. So probably a little bit of both.
So you've always got to be curious, right? Even if you're at the top of the game like LeBron or yourself.
Right. LeBron is just, he's constantly taking in sources of information, upping his ante in terms of film watching and preparation. Really special to be able to watch that guy work.
And I know that's how you prepare as a broadcaster now. I'd like to tag along sometime and watch you prepare for a game. That'd be a lot of fun.
It'd be a blast.
Both shots good from the stripe.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Outside Collison. Poked away and out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession. And a moment here to look at where the shots have been coming from for the Pacers.
Well, they haven't really been strong enough inside. I mean, they haven't been a force or aggressive with getting those good quality looks in the paint. And I think the one-dimensionality of their offense is going to continue to be an issue because the defense isn't having to worry about clogging the lane or defending down low.
For Denver, they've gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second half. Tremendous efficiency. Murray, good.
And the confidence from Murray, just so efficient from the interior.
Pacers have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. There's the dish to Bogdanovich. Drills it from outside. Bogdanovich has got 13 points.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
Wasted no time on that one.
And the precise passing of Murray, really moving the ball well.
The Pacers have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. Collison, the pass to Bogdanovich. Turner with the screen. Doubled by Murray. Collison kicks to Turner. Young dishes to Oladipo. Shot clock at 5. And, here, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call it a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. And Oladipo has some parts of his game that needs work, but he is certainly terrific on the big finish.
Yeah, I mean, he's got longer arms than you would think for a player of his size, and the overall physical skill set, there's no doubt about it. You know, you look at his ability to just stay floating in the air for that extra moment when he's in attack mode, and this is a young man that still has his best basketball ahead of him.
The free throw drops for Oladipo.
Well, the versatility of Victor Oladipo is fantastic. This is a clever guard who plays his heart out on both ends of the floor.
And that one's good. Millsap.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
Young passes to Collison. Indiana moving it around. The basket counts and one. They'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play.
Shooting one.
Yeah, Miles Turner can carve space. Don't let that lean frame fool you. He can get inside and score deep.
Boy, Miles Turner out of the University of Texas, Hook 'em Horns, the number 11 pick back in 2015. He now looks like a foundational piece for the Pacers.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And that one falls for Turner. Of course, you look back on that 2015 draft, hard to argue that Turner shouldn't have gone higher.
Yeah, I think it was the unusual running style. There were some concerns that it might predispose him to injury. The Pacers training staff actually found a muscular imbalance, so they helped him strengthen certain areas and correct that issue.
The Nuggets have gone 8 of 10 shooting here in the second half. Very strong. Chandler, no good.
Unbelievable. He blew that. Look, guys, no clue what went wrong there.
Robinson for 3. Drills it from outside. Robinson's got 17 now.
Another triple, and that's been the story of this second half.
Boy, they have consistently been draining shots from deep, and that can take the heart out of an opponent. I don't think the pass could be better placed. That's a great assist.
Millsap with the steal. For the finish.
Unbelievable.
Oh, here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him punish that rim. Collison with the screen for Young. And the foul called on Paul Millsap. That's foul number 2 for him. Shortening the preseason, adding a week to the regular season to avoid some back-to-backs. Doris, how much is that going to help the players, you think, stay healthy?
You know, this is a fascinating development in one of the areas where the NBA was so proactive in long-term health and well-being of their players. Kevin, I'm anxious to see. Everybody was frustrated by the number of preseason games. They didn't matter. And so I think by taking some of those games that have zero impact on the season, zero impact on how you evaluate and put your team together, is going to be critical to avoiding back-to-backs and the dreaded 4 games in 5 nights. I'm so excited to see how this plays out.
Doris, we're going to get a better product in the regular season. We're going to see players fresher, less injured. I mean, it's a win-win.
Agreed.
And Millsap slams it in.
Straight power, homie. I mean, he ripped it down with both hands.
Absolutely a resounding dunk. Collison kicks to Oladipo. Beasley comes with a double team. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. While we have a break, we can see which teams have made the most of their second chance opportunities over the last 10 games. Fourth, the Nuggets.
Really something to see. Their effort on the offensive glass has just led to so many second chance opportunities.
And Oladipo pulls it down. Oladipo's got his 5th rebound in this one. Robinson for 3. Rebound by the Nuggets. Chandler's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Here's Beasley. He's now made half of those 10 shots in the game. That's his 5th basket.
And I like that they're not settling. Getting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Beasley comes with the double team. Beasley with the steal. Millsap kicks to Murray. Here's Beasley. Another shot. Millsap misses. The Pacers have gone 8 of 14 on their shot attempts here in the 3rd. Some pretty nice work. Dishes it to Oladipo. Beasley comes with the double team. Turner with the screen. The feed now to Young. Good, and the assist goes to Collison. Collison's got 4 assists now tonight. Chandler with the ball. Robinson picks him up, and it's slammed in by Millsap.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Ball's knocked loose, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Young.
Let's take a look at the numbers for Chandler. He's been in good form here the last few weeks. He's averaging 11 points a game, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. And this is the kind of strong, steady play you like to see. He's earning his keep and helping them win games.
I think they need more consistency from him, and they're getting it. Look for this to continue. I love it.
Pacers shooting a stellar 60% since the halftime break. A drive by Collison. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. This is his first chance at the line tonight.
This season, 88% on the line, so he has been in a comfort zone.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And the Nuggets with some changes. Trey Lyles checked in for Millsap, and Devin Harris subbed in for Wilson Chandler. The Pacers also changing it up. Trevor Booker, he's checked in now for Miles Turner. Lance Stevenson comes in for Glenn Robinson III. And it's Joseph in for Victor Oladipo. Good on both.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Here's Beasley. Gets that one to fall. That's his 6th field goal. He has shot the ball 12 times.
I'll tell you, unless someone gets a hand to it, it's hard to miss the mark from that close range.
And Joseph kicks to Collison. Stevenson with it. Beasley covering. The Pacers have made 6 of their 7 attempts at the line in this one.
2 shots.
The first free throw is good. He doesn't get the second one.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second despite being down.
Murray, no good. Pacers shooting 40% from the field. And so it looks like the Pacers will retain possession here. Only 5 games left on the season. Let's quickly take a look at how the playoff field is stacking up out west. You look at Houston. They've continued to play strong basketball, if not utterly dominant, as the last part of the season grinds toward the playoffs. And it looks like, guys, they'll hold on to that #1 spot the whole way there. And, of course, Denver. Quite a few spots down the ladder right now.
And you know, for the Nuggets, they've never been able to take that next step this season and really break away from the pack.
Yeah, I think if that next step was coming, it would have happened by now. They can't be worried about could-haves and should-haves. They need to be focused 100% on the push for the playoffs.
And out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession.
And checking out some numbers here for Collison. How his last 10 games have gone. 5th in three-point shooting, and he's in the top 20 in assists per game. His talent for creating easy buckets for his teammates, such an asset.
And yeah, he's one of the dead-eye sharpshooters in the game for sure. A top 5 percentage guy from deep. Just a hard man to slow down. And up the court come the Pacers on the break. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. The Pacers have gone 7 of 9 from the free throw line tonight.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Stevenson.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
Both free throws good from Lance Stevenson.
And they are making it look easy at the free throw line here in the second half.
Beasley in the post. He's against Collison. No good from Beasley. From past the arc. And that's good. Darren Collison for 3. Collison's got 5 points now this quarter.
I tell you, there are players who can get thrown off when they're that wide open, but this guy keeps his cool and doesn't rush it.
Shots good by Lyles.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Booker right side, and the dunk by Booker.
Well, at 6'8", Trevor Booker can absolutely throw it down. My goodness.
And Corey Joseph, a terrific two-way player, Doris, at the combo guard.
Kev, he's got great pedigree. Remember, he began his career in San Antonio under the great Greg Popovich. This guy's a physical, mobile defender who will guard either the 1 or the 2.
Bogdanovich is checked in for the Pacers. The Nuggets shooting 66% right now. This offense getting everything they want out there. Offensive rebound. Murray, good. Murray's got 8 points.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Here's Joseph. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Stevenson outside. Misses the 3. One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend. Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Bogdanovich, no luck. This could get even more out of hand if they continue to put up points.
Wow, Kevin, what a performance we are seeing. And really, Murray is so crafty at getting contact on his drives, just fearless going to the hole.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And their last game, a tight win, and it was the success at the foul line that played a huge part in it, and he was probably the deciding factor.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
And he makes the first.
And Murray has it all. A deadly shooter and a remarkable penetrator. Terrific guard play.
And the Nuggets with some changes. Jokic comes in for Mason Plumlee. And Barton subbed in for Malik Beasley. And so Murray nails both of them. Here's Joseph. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Stevenson left side. Gets a very good look and converts. Stevenson's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page. Oh, how about using the rim to get some true hang time?
You know, he just wanted to make sure the landing was softer than the takeoff. There's the pick. Got a piece of it. Here's Lyles. He's got 6. And the ball travels out of his hands. It was last touched by Jokic. Now that we have a second, take a look at the teams that have scored the most points off turnovers over the last 10 games. In third, the Pacers.
I mean, they've gotten a little more aggressive defensively. You can become a more confident team on that end, and so much of it, I think, has to do with forcing turnovers and creating offense.
And another turnover for the Nuggets. Here's Barton. Drops in the breakaway layup. Barton's got 18 points.
Leaving the rest of the field in the dust.
Boy, what great speed he's got, Greg. Just phenomenal work getting all the way to the cup in transition. He's hit 4 now from behind the arc, 2 in each half, making an impact.
Harris kicks to Jokic over Young. And Jokic with the basket on the assist by Harris. Harris has got 4 assists in the game. Here's Indiana. Booker outside. Here's Young, and Young slams it home.
I'll tell you, this game belongs to Thaddeus Young right now. He is getting great looks at the bucket.
Here's Jokic. Misses off the right iron. And Indiana shooting an impressive 61% from the field in this third quarter. There's a screen. Booker. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Booker's got 4 points now in the quarter.
If Trevor Booker's near the rim, you better put a body on him. He's too skilled and too big to be allowed to get comfortable.
Bucket is good, and it's 8 points for Jokic.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Joseph against Harris. Now here's Stevenson, guarded closely.
You know, he's working on his inside game, but clearly there's still a little more work to do.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
I'll tell you, you got to admire the energy. This guy really wants to put this one away.
And so it's the Denver Nuggets, able to put on a show for the ages. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. Here's Harris on the court for Indiana. Leaf is out there with Jefferson. Then it's Corey Joseph. And it's Young. And it's Stevenson in at the 3 spot. Pass to Leaf. Doris, we know there's a lot of trash talking on the court. Some of it is unfriendly, some of it not so much, just kind of playing around. When do you consider comments going over the line?
Well, given that I'm not necessarily privy to exactly everything that's said, I imagine much of it not PG rated, Kevin.
No.
I would say that's an issue for the players to decide. If you step over the line, you're going to feel me in some way, shape, or form.
I don't know, though, we've ever had a time in any professional sport, but in particular the NBA, where there has been a real feeling of community among the players. I mean, I think in the olden days, there was genuine hatred, and there's some of that now, but there is really a feel like, hey, we are all in this together.
Maybe too much so.
Too much so.
I enjoyed watching Larry Bird, who was supposed to be amongst the best trash talkers, get into the head of the player. Draymond Green is the current iteration of perhaps the best trash talker. I say, listen, let him yap a little bit. Nothing wrong with that.
He's taking Kevin Garnett's place in that regard, I think.
Yeah.
And it's slammed in by Fareed.
And he just elevates and powers in the one-hander.
Textbook. Indiana's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Now the pass to Stevenson. Jefferson with the double team. Pass to Leaf. Indiana moving the ball around. 6 on the shot clock. That's good from Jefferson on the assist from Stevenson.
And to me, this is where Al Jefferson feels at home. He's in the paint, and if you feed the big man, he's going to deliver buckets. I'll tell you, he gets into terrific post position. The entry feed is right where it needs to be.
Stevenson, a screen on Jefferson. A timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way.
Shakes his man by using exceptional use of the screen. I mean, from there, it's smooth sailing.
And it's slammed in by Fareed.
Well, this guy's seasoned enough to make the right pass within the flow of the offense. Nice work by Richard Jefferson.
For Indiana, they've gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. And it's Kenneth Fareed with the foul. That's his first foul. And Doris, we know basketball is a team game, but fans and media alike love to focus on the stars. What do you think is the psychology behind that?
You know, Kevin, I think you and I certainly admire watching talent. And it doesn't matter what shape that talent takes. It could be a Broadway star doing their thing on a nightly basis, sometimes twice a day. For us, to watch somebody that we know has paid a price to be great is really special. And so those who are best at what they do are that because they've put in the time. And who couldn't admire the work that's required of that?
Well, what I like about your broadcasting, Doris, is you never get distracted by the stars. They're obviously there, but I love the way you encompass the entire team and aren't just fixated on just that big-name player that maybe the average fan is.
Yeah, I think sometimes people forget NBA stars because they are so great and can seem like supermen. They're people like everybody else.
Outside, Robinson. That falls. Nice feed that time from Stevenson. 20 points for Robinson.
Yeah, in the first half, he was unstoppable from deep. Now, 2 more since the break.
Putting on a clinic this quarter. I mean, what a tremendous outburst scoring-wise.
The Pacers have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9. Jefferson, a screen on Jefferson. Robinson for 3. And it's Denver with the rebound. Here's Fareed.
Oh, goodness gracious.
How about that finish?
Oof. Wow.
Pass to Leaf. Puts it up from 15. Jefferson's shot is off.
Boy, they leave an area of the floor totally unprotected, and he lets it go to waste.
Ooh, just powered it down with both hands. You know he's not going to mess that one up.
Oh, no, not this fella. He is a superb finisher. Stevenson kicks to Young. Robinson left side. To the inside. Jefferson loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Jefferson's got 6 in the quarter.
Physical basketball there, and in the best sense. A hard screen allows him to shake the defender and get to the bucket for the layup.
Stevenson against Jefferson. Outside for Robinson. Screen by Jefferson. Robinson dishes to Jefferson. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Don't you love how Jefferson sets good, hard picks without fouling? He's almost 290 pounds. Good luck running into that.
Mason Plumlee's checked in for Denver. Malik Beasley comes in for Devin Harris. Indiana's gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. Poked away. Plumlee with a steal. And it's slammed in by Plumlee.
Yeah, getting theirs before the defense can set up.
Boy, just a step quicker than the defense, really. Catching them off guard and capitalizing well.
And Young kicks to Robinson. And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession.
Man, you love the effort. Just getting the hand in there and knocking it out.
You love that they're making their presence felt on the defensive end. You can't afford to be careless with this team.
Oladipo, he's checked in for Lance Stevenson. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Well, with the NBA being so much about pace and space nowadays, that makes Al Jefferson a throwback. A rare big man these days who wants to make his living posting up.
Two shots.
The first one falls. And Jefferson has said he's seen the NBA transition to floor spacing big men happen right in front of his eyes.
Right, but he believes there's still a place for his game in the NBA. Still a good scorer, able to punish teams in the low block, playing with the second unit.
And both free throws good for Jefferson. And Doris, regarding league expansion with the popularity of international basketball, you think there'll ever be a team added to the NBA that is not located in North America?
You know, this is a fascinating supposition because the game is so popular in China. The game is increasingly popular in any number of non-NBA cities in Europe, Kev. I just wonder about the logistics of it. We talk all the time about the difficulty of the travel schedule and then the games in a certain number of nights. If you're incorporating overseas travel, it just seems to me that that's going to be a tough jigsaw to work out.
It could be. If you're playing on the East Coast and play in a London or a Paris, those flights probably don't measure much over 7 hours. But I get your point, and that, you know, all leagues are looking at this now very closely.
This is something the league is looking hard at. It'll be curious to see what occurs from it.
I think one of the things, too, is do we need to influence overseas markets now to find new revenues? I think that's something that all the leagues are looking at. Baseline J on the way. Jefferson, that's good. Jefferson's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, that's what you call taking what the defense is giving. And Richard Jefferson finds room on the pull-up jumper.
Here's Robinson, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. Doris, looking at the way the playoffs are set up, the top 8 teams from each conference get in. So at what point might the league eliminate divisions altogether?
I don't think that's far in the future, to be perfectly honest with you. What I'm as curious about, Kevin, is would they ever seed the teams regardless of Eastern or Western Conference, because there seems to be some disparity in level of competition. Is that something you'd like to see, Kevin, where the teams are simply seeded 1 through 16 based on record?
I don't think I'd mind it, Doris, but I do like the fact that, kind of like in the other sports, where you don't have the familiarity, but you always think about what would it be like to see a 5-game series, Cleveland Golden State, whereas in the regular season, just there and at home. And there's something, I think, kind of mysterious, and you can project so many different things. It's great fodder before a series begins.
No question. It'll be very interesting to see which direction the league goes in.
To the paint. Here's Jefferson. It's rebounded by Jefferson. They're making this a runaway.
And the only question for me right now is just how big the lead will eventually become.
Denver making a switch here. Murray's checked in, and the Pacers also making a change. Sabonis is checked in. Pacers shooting about 40% here in the 4th quarter. And Oladipo kicks to Young. Robinson for 3. Rebounded by Fareed.
He needs to drive to the rim. The shot just not going.
Over Oladipo. Hits the front of the rim and out. And for the Pacers, they're shooting around 41% on the night. Left side Jefferson. So there's a new procedure for choosing starters in the All-Star game, Doris. Fans account for 50% of the vote, as you know. Players, 25%. Media, 25%. What do you think of that?
I love that the fans have a vote. I would like to see the percentages changed in this way. I would like players, the peers, to have 50% weight. Give the media and fans 25% each. So just swap it so that the peers are dictating the outcome of the All-Star.
Or even if you just had maybe 2 players from each team, guys with some respect and some nice perspective to fill that role you're talking about.
That's a great point. You pick your leaders from your group, and they cast the vote. Perfect.
Two shots, gentlemen. 2.
Shooting for Denver, Kevin Murray. 2 shots.
Two shot.
That free throw missing. And he can't make the second free throw either, missing both. And Doris, in the collective bargaining agreement, great news for retired players. Health insurance options, pensions will increase, tuition reimbursement fund. What does that mean to these players who gave everything they had for this great game?
You know what I love about this, Kevin? I think each of us stands on the shoulders of the people who came before us, right? Everybody is the product of all the experience that came before. So
yes.
You think back to some of the ages that shaped the NBA, the Bill Russell Celtics, the Jerry West Lakers, and then go on through the generations. It's important we acknowledge their contributions. I absolutely love what this CBA has afforded these retired players.
And I think the NBA actually has taken a lead in that among all of the national sports.
You know what, Kevin? I think the NBA, because of their great leadership, they're always opportunistic to say, how can we make it better for our players? How can we make it better for the fans?
And other leagues are following. Well said, Bruce.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
One shot, behind the lanes.
And that one misses. And for the Pacers, they're shooting a pedestrian 36% in the fourth quarter. The offense not doing their best work of late. And Oladipo.
Oh! You've got to be kidding. Well, we know Oladipo is an elite dunker, one of the most creative guys when he's at the rim.
Outside Robinson. It's Young on the wing. Beasley with the steal. Here's Fareed. Good from the moment it left his hand. That makes him 10 for 14.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Beasley comes with the double team. Passes it to Sabonis. Over Plumlee. Sabonis with the bucket.
And we know this. Victor Oladipo is a multi-talented guy, Kev. This is an accomplished scorer and a very polished passer as well.
Now, here is Young. And it's Kenneth Fareed with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Or as it seems like individual All-Star and MVP voting is heavily influenced by how players' teams perform. Is that a good thing?
Well, I will say this, Kevin. I have a vote in some of the postseason awards. And if, in fact, I've got 2 players at the same position and I need some line of demarcation to separate one from another, a team's win-loss record may influence that. Now, you might say it's unfair, but sometimes the difference between a player making it and not making it is minuscule. I would say this to you, Kevin. I would like to see all-star teams go out to 15 players as opposed to 12. There are 3 teams, first, second, and third, all NBA. Why not have 15 guys on the all-star team?
Excellent idea. Pass to Sabonis. Beasley against Oladipo. Sabonis with the bucket. 1:32 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Hernan Gomez. Oh, offensive interference.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Denver.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And so when you look at the season record, this one will tally up win number 43 on the year.
And you know, this is a win they wanted badly, guys. They did not want to get swept in the season series.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Millsap.
You can do a lot to change a game other than scoring, and it was his quick hands on the defensive end that put them in the driver's seat.
That's good from Oladipo. Doors with the players being so athletic and the plays happening so incredibly fast, the league is looking at maybe 4 or 5 officials. Wow. Would that just be more whistles or better officiating?
I'm glad you're chuckling about this because I don't know how the geometry of this works.
Thank you.
As it is, sometimes the size of the players seems to swallow up dimensions of the floor. Kevin, one of the things that Steve Kerr once said to me was, we are trying to make officiating a science, when in fact officiating is an art, and sometimes mistakes is part of the human dynamic. Can we leave the officials alone, please?
And I think if they're over 90% correct, which is, I think, even low in terms of success in them calling a game, that is phenomenal. And the analytics, as you know, Doris, coming from the league office, is off the charts. They've never been more detail-oriented.
Correct. The NBA officials are the best in the world. Are they perfect? No. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect.
Gentlemen,
let's just play on.
Shots. Move shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Oladipo hits them both. And for the Nuggets, they're shooting with confidence. Wow, 66% from the floor. Here's Hernan Gomez, and the bank shot is good.
And this is how you close out a game, not taking any chances.
Well, you can't have any room for error late in a game like this, so they put the finishing touches in style. I love how they closed.
And giving the fans what they came to see, a spirited performance.
Yeah, it really was. They wanted this home win badly, and they went out and took it.
Young passes to Sabonis, kicks it to Oladipo, and there it is for him.
And finally finding a rhythm, but unfortunately a little too late.
Well, you wonder if they can use the momentum they've built here into the next game, because this one looks over.
Denver calls timeout. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Paul Millsap.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
This is as good a game as we've seen him play, and this crowd can't get enough of it. When he explodes like this, it becomes a special atmosphere in here. So it's Denver now. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And yes, it's good. On offense, here are the Pacers. And Oladipo kicks to Robinson. Poked away. Free throw line jump shot. Here's Jefferson. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. Here's Beasley. And the whistle blows, so a chance here for a three-point play.
How about the concentration? He gets hit, but stays with the play and gets the finish.
Shooting one.
That's good from Beasley. Oladipo outside. And so it's Denver taking care of business in this. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly. The other just searching for answers they could never find.
I mean, energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the once they pour it out, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And what's up with Aldridge?
Kevin here with some points tonight. What was working so well offensively?
We're sharing the ball so well. It's watch, I'm sure, but we have pitches where every guy matches the ball twice. So when you move it, it's hard to guard, and it's fun way to play.
You did have defense on those nights, and thanks. Get back to you.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg, the doors are in David. This is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. So long, everyone.